Good morning, everybody. My name is Peter Mayer, and I'm a UU from Minnesota, and a musician, and I'm so glad to be with you this morning. Sharing, yeah, thank you. Sharing some songs with you, and some of them for singing on. So this first one has a part for you that I'd like to quickly teach you, and then we'll sing it together. So I would love it if you would join in on the chorus every time it comes around. The song is called "Everybody In," and it goes like this: Let everybody in, everybody in, everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody into the circle, circle. You have to find somewhere to take a breath in there. Let's try it. Let everybody in, everybody in, everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody into the circle, circle. That's all we need to know. Let's sing it. You can remain seated. I think you were going to anyway, but I just wanted to make it official. Jesus spoke, entreating them to live together in a great circle of love. And when his followers asked him then who should be included, Jesus said, let everybody in, everybody in, everybody in the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody into the circle, circle. Oligarchs and tyrants try to keep some in, everyone else outside, till revolution sweeps across the land and the people all stand. The common folk cry, let everybody in, everybody in, everybody in the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody in the circle, circle. Sometimes a circle is a class or creed. Sometimes a circle is made of only men, until Susan B. Anthony says, what about me? Let me in, let everybody, everybody, everybody in the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody in the circle, circle. Sometimes a circle is a privileged thing, excluding people for the color of their skin, till the voice of Martin Luther King says, let freedom ring, let them in, let everybody in, everybody, everybody in the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody in the circle, circle. Gay and straight, rich and poor, whole and broken, open up that door. The more we are, the greater we become. After all, we all are one. Bring in the people, but don't stop there. Bring in the fish in the sea, birds in the air. Bring in the rivers wide and mountains tall. We go together or not at all. Let everybody in, everybody in, everybody in the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody to the circle, circle. Everybody, everybody, everybody in the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody in the circle, circle.
Today's music is provided by none other than Peter Mayer. Hailing from the good land of Minnesota where good people live, Peter Mayer has been singing and songwriting full-time for over 20 years and performing in venues across the United States and beyond, and today and last night here at Boulder Valley UU Fellowship, and we are so glad. We are honored and delighted to have you with us today. Good morning and welcome to everyone here in the sanctuary and out there on Zoom. I'm the Reverend Terry Schwartz. My pronouns are she, her, and I am honored to serve as your transition minister and lead you in worship today. I am joined today by our service associate, Larry Laverdure. Our tech team today is Deborah Mensch, Paula Zimmerman, and Kathy Partridge, and they are holding this whole thing together. Now everyone take a big breath. Let it go. You made it here this morning. The hardest part's done. Take a look around you. Look down your row, maybe behind you if you're up in the front. For those of you on Zoom, you can switch to gallery mode so you can see everyone gathered in community. It is not easy being human, and it's a lot easier when we don't go it alone. As I offer our words of welcome, hold these people you see in your heart as they hold you in theirs. You are all welcome here today in the beauty of languages, cultures, skin tones, shapes and sizes, gifts and challenges, all that makes you you. You are welcome here. In all the ways you experience and express gender, you are welcome here. In the beauty that is who you love and how you love, you are welcome here. In all the ways you make your living, all the places you're from, you are welcome here. With all of the traditions that have informed your spiritual life, you're welcome here. And no matter how long you've been away, nor how soon you will return, there's always a place for you here. You are welcome here. There are no merit badges. Whether you come today with a body and soul that needs support, or you come today with a body and soul that can offer support, you are welcome here. Everybody in. Join us with a curious mind, a loving heart, and a willing spirit today. And together we acknowledge that we have gathered on the land of the Arapaho and many native peoples who for millennia stewarded and lived upon this land before white settlers stole it for their own. It is good to know who we are, the ground we stand on the earth and ethically, as we traverse the wilderness of our hearts and the terrain, the wild mountainous terrain of the Spirit. If you are new here today, we are glad you found us. We hope that you can experience the warmth and love of this congregation in person or virtually. Please come back a few times to really get to know us. Each service is a little different. And today we are being playful, experimenting with play and how that changes how we connect with one another and our world. And if you come here with a heavy heart today, there is space for you in this service too. Always space in this house. And there are people for whom it is their deep honor to listen and care and support, and I'm one of them. There are lots of communities here during the week for social connection and that spiritual growth. And if you are on Zoom, you've got some links in the chat. Get connected. And after the service, you can hang out in the Zoom room for a virtual coffee hour to get to know one another. Those of you who are in person, stop by the welcome table to learn more about the fellowship. You can also scan the QR code on the back of the hymnal. Larry, what are you doing? Oh, you're mowing down pollution. What do you get when you destroy 2 gas-powered lawnmowers? A matching grant from Mow Down Pollution to buy 2 new battery-powered lawn motors, a weed eater, and a leaf blower. The Fellowship's Green Network Affinity Group made this happen. Thank you so much to that affinity group, David Burrows, and the Ace Hardware Store in Longmont for making this possible. Now, let's take a moment to say hello to one another, greet your neighbors, and try to find someone you haven't met yet or you don't know very well. Zoom friends, you do the same. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. Now, wherever you are, I want you to hold that thought. Put a little pin in it. Put that last phrase in your proverbial parking lot, because after the service, you can continue that conversation in the fellowship hall, or for our Zoom friends, you've got plenty of time to hang out in virtual space. And that is when we can really enjoy one another and connect with friends and make new friends, especially our new members who will be joining today. Let's join together in lighting our chalice. If you've got a chalice at home, you can light it right along with us as Larry lights our fellowship chalice. Please join with me in our chalice lighting words. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action. As I ring this bowl a second time, I invite you to come into your body, settle, be present, and be here right now. Everything not in the corners of this room will wait for you outside. Our opening words are from the Reverend Erica Hewitt, Director of Worship Arts of our denomination, the Unitarian Universalist Association. As we enter into worship, put away the pressures of the world that ask us to perform, to take up masks, to put up brave fronts. Now really listen to this. Silence the voices that ask you to be perfect. This is a community of compassion and welcoming. You do not have to do anything to earn the love contained in these walls. You do not have to be braver, smarter, stronger, better, or more knowledgeable about the Google suite of shared software than you are in this moment to belong here with us. You only have to bring the gift of your body, no matter how able. Your seeking mind, no matter how busy, and your animal heart, no matter how broken. Bring all that you are, all that you love in this hour together. Let's worship together.
You come from the time before time, before the universe was born, when there was a seed that it was inside, and then it all came crashing forth. You come from the great fire of stars. They made the atoms in your bones. They put a light inside of your heart. They put a brightness in your soul. You come from a stone's uncanny desire, beautiful yearning of the earth, beautiful longing to be alive, beautiful child of the world. You come from a vast family tree. You come from the first life to appear. You come from the land, you come from the sea, you come from 1,000 million years. You come from a fierce warrior's song, a noble hunter's eyes. You come from love, tender and strong, compassionate and kind. You come from all the hopes and dreams that made your ancestors' hearts stir, their beautiful passions and beautiful schemes, beautiful child of the world. You come from laughter and from tears, beautiful unexpected turns, from the sliver of chance that brought you here, beautiful child of the world. And you belong here as much as the moon, as much as the morning unfurled, as much as the robin's beautiful tune, beautiful child of the world. And all of the 1,000 beautiful parts of the story of your birth are singing together the song that you are, beautiful child of the world.
Bring all that you are and all that you love. This is our invitation, whether you have walked these halls for decades or are joining us today. For centuries, Unitarians and Universalists have gathered together as we are this morning, seeking a higher purpose and a deeper life than they could find alone. We are grateful that our congregation welcomes new members today, that each person has found their way here and decided to make a commitment to this faith community. I invite Linda Thornton of the Path to Membership team, Janet Meyer, President of the Board of Trustees, And our new members, Sally Butler, Amanda Derringer Downs, Jennifer Donald, and Paula Zimmerman.
We gather together to welcome and covenant with the new members from our spring cohort. These terrific folks bring their yearnings and their passions. They nourish our community with their presence. Their photos and biographies will be sent to our fellowship listserv in the near future. I invite you to share your name and where you live, so people who live near you can reach out to you. And then to the congregation, after each person says their name, we will all reply with welcome and their name.
I'm Sally Butler, and I'm from Broomfield.
Welcome, Sally.
I'm Amanda Derringer Downs, and I'm here in Lafayette, right down the street.
Welcome, Amanda.
I'm Jennifer Donald, and I live in Louisville.
Welcome, Jennifer.
I'm Paula Zimmerman, and I'm in Louisville.
Welcome, Paula.
We are also delighted to welcome the new members who can't celebrate with us today in person. They are singing in our choir right now down the road at the UU Church of Boulder for a shared music Sunday. They are Monique Cello, Emily Coriath, Adrian Voss. For our new members here today in person, and our new members who are singing in the choir not so far away, we hope that as a member of this congregation, you will let yourselves know and be known, to minister to others and be ministered to love and to be loved by this congregation.
The relationships we form in our fellowship are based on our shared human needs. And to be human means we're vulnerable. It means we need one another's grace, goodness, and generosity of spirit. And that sounds so nice, doesn't it? But that's really hard, especially if we're pissed off at each other. That's why we make these promises. Historically, Unitarian and Universalist congregations are part of the free church movement. Unitarian Universalism is a freely chosen religious path, even for those born into this tradition. Our faith tradition requires no allegiance or creed, and that has been true from the beginning. And there were lots of arguments and pamphlet wars in the 1800s, but what became clear is there is no creed. That's also why the principles are not a creed, and the second article proposal is not a creed. We come here in covenants. We do that because we respect each person's individual journey to support each other and collectively seek lives of integrity and wholeness. It is a chosen faith, and it's a challenging faith. As a community, we bring these intentions together to nurture our hearts, and together, when we take care of our hearts, we can build beloved community here. And when we do that well, we can work for social justice out in the wider world. And when we fall short of our aspirations in this covenant, did anyone hear me say if? No, when we fall short of our aspirations, we invite each other back into this covenant, because the promises we make one another are the practice of how to live in spiritual community. Now we will join in the words of our covenant to receive our new members. Janet Meyer, the president of our Board of Trustees. Please lead us.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is my privilege to welcome you as the newest members of the Boulder Valley Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. We hope that you find with us a place where you can both nurture your spirit and be a part of healing the world. Join. Ours is a religious community which honors the past, envisions the future, and lives with passion in the present. As we welcome you among us, we pledge to you our support. You will be cared for, and you will be asked to care for others within and beyond this community. Today, we rededicate ourselves to our vision of bringing love and reason to life and building a just and compassionate world. In the spirit of love and freedom, we have affirmed our intentions to help and encourage one another. May the relationships we have recognized today be a source of strength and joy to us all.
Once a little boy went to the pet store and he picked a fish. This little fish, I want him. I like him. He likes me. I will call him Otto.
Now, the owner of the pet store, oh, I forgot to put the price on it. Oh, well. I will tell you how to feed him. When you feed a fish, never feed him a lot. No more than a spot, or something may happen. You never know what. You try it. Never feed a fish
a lot,
no more than a spot, or something may happen. You never know
what. The boy took Otto home and gave him some food. He didn't give him much, just a little spot. Could you feed our fish, David? Just a little spot.
It's hard to get good help nowadays.
Pick out a tiny bit. Wait, no, just a little bit. No! Oh my gosh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna have to tell the building events team about this. Oh. He wanted more food. Is there more food? Oh. Come on, little buddy. Come on. Yum, yum, yum.
This is very irregular. Nothing to do with your, never mind. But this did not make Otto happy.
No. No,
He wanted more food,
Yes.
and he got it. The boy remembered, never feed him a lot, right? Never more than a spot, or something may happen. You never know what.
Well, something did happen.
Oh boy.
He grew.
He grew.
And got bigger and bigger. And soon, well, does he still fit in the fishbowl, Larry? Well, put him in. Let's see what happens. Well, soon he was too big for that fishbowl because he kept growing because, well, the boy fed him the whole box. I'm going to go look for a bigger fishbowl.
Yeah, who knows? This may keep going. Why do we feed things? Popcorn style, anyone, why do we feed things? So they'll grow, so they're, yeah? Do they get stronger? Even when, oh my word, holy mackerel. Wow. Things never go the way you expect. It could be up there next week. Anyhow, even when we're done growing physically, our hearts and spirits grow our whole lives. They get bigger and bigger if we feed them. Well, Otto kept growing. He grew so big that I've lost my place. All right, so we come to this fellowship to feed our spirits. So like this fish, our spirits will grow and soar. We come to have fun. Yay! And to love one another. And the world, of course. We come to play. Have a fish. Holy mackerel.
So, in the spirit of playfulness, here's a song called Dr. Seuss. And this song has a part for you on it, if you so choose to join in. So, I will teach you your part. Oh, there I am. So the whole song is a list of things that, if they are true, they are an indication that Dr. Seuss is on the loose in your brain. Okay? So that's the recurring line that I sing. Then Dr. Seuss is on the loose in your brain. Like that. Turn this up a little bit. So your part is sort of an echo to that. This is the only note you have to know right here. It's a one-note part. Okay? So I sing, then Dr. Seuss, and you go, Dr. Seuss is on the loose in your brain, in your brain, in your brain, in your brain, 3 times for no apparent reason. It just seems like the right thing to do. So let's try it. Then Dr. Seuss is on the loose in your brain, in your brain, in your brain, in your brain. That's all there is to it. All right, let's sing the song. Here we go. If you believe that you're in need of a thneed, if you can see an elephant in your tree, if your umbrella gets wet with oobleck instead of rain, then Dr. Seuss is on the loose in your brain, in your brain, in your brain, in your brain. If you notice a drum-tummied snum talking to a flu boober bab, boober bubs, and you tell the crazy news to your friend Foo-Foo the Snoo, then Dr. Seuss is on the loose in your brain, in your brain, in your brain. If all those who's are irritating you again, ringing jinglers and tartinkers in your head, if you don't need a broom to clean your room, instead you tend to use a super flooper do. If you answer your whispermaphone to take a call from a jellyfish named Jimbo Jones, and then you leap into your Skeagle mobile and drive away, then Dr. Seuss is on the loose in your brain. If the world you're living in is really kind of strange, and you've decided it's a bit more fun that way, and if you find in every story that there's a lesson there for you, oh, then I'm afraid it's true. If you take your eggs sunny side up and green, if you make up silly rhymes when you speak, if you shout out hooray for Diffin' Doofer Day, then Dr. Seuss is on the loose in your brain. Dr. Seuss is on the loose in your brain. Dr. Seuss is on the loose in your brain, in your brain, in your brain, in your brain.
Dr. Seuss is on the loose in my brain, and we are going to take a moment for a special pause in the service for an announcement. Janet, would you come forward, please? It has been quite a year of laughter and tears and no shortage of drama.
Lots of drama. Well, this is almost like the Academy Awards.
Well, you know, I really want to thank our search committee and the Academy. Constance Holden, Rosemary Arp,
a star.
Paul Austin, that screenplay. Shanti Samani, and Mary Stackpole. They have worked so hard in this interim search this year.
I know, and we've had an amazing number of nominees. We had a plethora of nominees, each of them really just a star in their own right.
It was a hard choice.
Hard. The Academy members sweated over this choice. It was hard duty. It was hard duty. But in the end, there is only one name in the envelope. And I'm here today to announce the results of the vote from the Academy of Interim Search Committees to say that the winner is Reverend Barbara Queeman, who will be joining us as interim minister. Reverend Queeman will be joining us starting August 1st, and she'll be serving for 2 years. We're enthusiastic about her. The committee especially appreciated her expertise as an interim minister. She has served for 8 congregations as interim minister, so she has a deep knowledge, and so we won't be her first rodeo. So you can't pull any stuff. It's sort of like having an experienced teacher, like you know you can't get away.
Y'all are gonna have to behave.
We have to behave. Anyway, so she is currently living in Durango, Colorado, so she has a deep tie to the Intermountain West, and we'll be thrilled to have her be joining us here and deepening that connection. So please, we'll have an opportunity to get to know her in the future, but I hope that you will offer her a warm welcome when you have the opportunity.
Thank you, Janet, and thank you, Search Committee. That is countless hours behind the scene, watching sermons, reading packets, reading websites, conducting interviews, going to meetings, a labor of love and service of this community. And as the search team did, all the members of this fellowship gather together. And we gather together to offer our energies, our talents, and our resources to one another. We do this in both act and in aspiration. We do this in ways abstract and concrete. When congregants are in need, sometimes they turn to one another. If you've been here long enough, you'll have had that experience. More often, congregants will turn to their minister in confidence. A skillful pastoral ear can be a solace, and thoughts and prayers are wonderful. But when the rent is due, the medical bills are sent to collection, the glasses are broken and you can't see, and your coat no longer stands up to the Colorado winds, thoughts and prayers are not enough. It's money that will pay the rent, keep the collector at bay, provide a new way to see, and keep the cold wind out. The minister's discretionary fund is used by your minister to care for the very real needs of people gathered right here in this room and on Zoom. And the minister's discretionary fund is fully funded by the people right here in this room and on Zoom. Throughout my congregational ministries, it has been a joy to raise funds for this purpose, to help members know that they are making a very real difference in one another's lives. And throughout my congregational ministries, it has been a solemn honor to provide care for members in this way. And even in my brief time here with you, this has been true here, true in thousands of dollars that have been needed and received. Funds are offered confidentially. Please, if you are in need, come see me. We can only build a just and compassionate world to the extent that we build a just and compassionate congregation. and the world that says just share a little, not a lot, we say share a lot, and something good may happen. You may never know what. 100% of today's offering will go to replenish the minister's discretionary fund. You can text your donation at the number on the screen, or if you're at the fellowship here in person today, please place a donation in the offering plate as it passes. Please give as generously as you are able.
Life's not a note long. Life is the whole song that played long before me and will after I'm gone. Life is no match flame. Life is a great blaze of fire animating you and me. So while I live my life, I'll carry that torchlight and hold it way up high through every dark night. I will take my turn, keeping that flame burning and seeing it delivered to the next in line. This is my true joy, to use my one voice and with all of life join in that sacred song. With every step sing, and whenever I can bring another along. And from that firelight I'll take a bright spark to give a passerby with a hopeless heart, a bright spark for courage, for love and for service, to kindle a purpose that the heart can find. This is my true joy, to use my one voice, and with all of life join in that sacred song. With every step sing, whenever I can bring another along. And by the time I'm done, I want to be used up, just a vibration in that sacred song. They say that I lived and gave what I could give, keeping it strong. I want to live life like it's a torch light and hold it way up high through every dark night. I want to take my turn, keeping that flame burning, seeing it delivered to the next in line. Seeing it delivered to the next in line.
For love, reason, compassion, and justice in these walls and in the broader world, and for the minister's discretionary fund, we dedicate these, our offerings. Thank you.
Well, this certainly has been a roller coaster, has it not? Right, Otto? Because of all of the extra and special stuff we had to do today, we're not going to have our regular joys and concerns. That said, if you have a pressing need to talk to someone, I would ask the Lay Pastoral Care Associates, if you are here, to stand up. Anyone? Over here. After the service, seek her or Reverend Terry out, and we will take care of pastoral concerns at that time. At this point, though, I'd like to offer you a quick meditative reflection on joys and concerns. So if you would just get into a meditative state, however you do that. Dearly beloved members of our mortal species, I welcome both your joys and concerns on this pleasant spring day as flowers release their come hither scents and a chorus of buzzing bugs sing, Alleluia! The earth holds us in its tender embrace and resurrects our dreams in each succeeding generation. They grow up on both food and caring attention. They graduate and follow their bliss, and we have loved them to find their way in this world, which needs our love as well. So we say, Alleluias for all our joys, won in the struggle to live wisely and well in a community of caring. Our concerns gather us in consolation for the painful paths that rob us of strength and wound our sense of ease. We do not welcome the truth that our world can be a harsh and careless conundrum for so many not as fortunate as we. But we strive to embrace our shortcomings in sharing resources, in trusting in violence to resolve arguments, and in ignoring the pain and hunger of the destitute, the lonely, the injured, and the dying. We yearn to cure, to lift the curse of disease and war and the yoke of violent accidents and poverty. But we are limited and mortal in an interconnected world where bad news eclipses what is more common and less fraught. May the anxious be calmed and the embattled find peace. And may we learn to respect that everything, and I mean everything, mountains, rivers, air, oceans, a small fish named Otto, the biosphere, and everything living in it. Everything is holy now. Repeat that with me 3 times. Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. And now we will sing it.
When I was a boy, each week on Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. And when I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still. And now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick said anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely went my fingertips, but now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. Used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face, say it's not a testament, that'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament, tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. Used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
The time, Friday afternoon. Sunny day, kind of like today. The situation, the annual preschool picnic. The scene, the city park. If you've never lived in a city proper, the city park is the backyard. You just share it with everybody and you don't have to mow the lawn. Everyone gathers at the city park. The kiddos are finishing their hot dogs and hamburgers and veggie burgers, and they start to play. At first glance, it was just mayhem. About 50 children running this way and that, a soccer ball coming on my left, a few frisbees in the air simultaneously flung from little hands without any intentional target or destination, peppered by flying foam darts. The children, a few of them, ran around flapping their arms to fly stringless kites, and they looked like they might become airborne at any moment. Some of the younger ones preferred rough and tumble gross motor play, and others started really tapping into their imagination. One of my favorite moments was a little girl named Katja. Katja had moved to the neighborhood just a week prior. When she arrived in my child's class, Katja didn't know a single word of English. Here she was, days later, easily initiating play even without speaking the language. She grabbed a jump rope and offered the end to a friend, and they pretended it was a snake. Somehow they both knew how to do this, and they ran around the park for a good portion of the next hour, hissing like snakes and taking the end of the jump rope, the mouth of their pretend snake, and going to each child and adult in turn, hissing, and tickling them with the snake. Without words, they just squealed in delight, but they were also testing social norms. They were testing adults' interpersonal psychology with aplomb. It used to be thought only mammals played, and that it was primarily practiced for hunting and survival skills. Not so. Many types of species play, and sometimes is even stronger than the desire to eat, which means it must be pretty important. It's real business in itself. It's essential to our social skills, our adaptability, our intelligence, and creativity, and that doesn't end in childhood. Play continues our whole lives to reshape the networks of our brains. As adults, we often consider it as frivolous and inconsequential, but it's actually when we unlock scientific problems, challenges in business and industry, breakthroughs in beauty, in the performing arts. I grew up in a blue-collar family, Germans from Russia, with a Protestant work ethic. Perseverance and exhaustion is not the path to social approval, then certainly was righteousness that would pave the path to heaven. I tried to stop playing when I was about 8. I didn't want to seem immature. We live in a culture that values high achievement, a society that makes us feel guilty for playing, and somehow I picked up on that even at the age of 8. We say we're unproductive. We're wasting time. Our puritanical culture suggests that it is a moral and theological issue that such idleness is sinful. And y'all, we come descended from those crazy Puritan separatists that were so nuts, England kicked them out. They came here seeking religious freedom, but it was only for themselves. And we have really big issues around sex and money and work and rest because of it. They're all in us. So if we continually feed that desire to work, like Otto, who was supposed to swim down, our work can grow wildly out of proportion. And in part, we come here to connect with a larger joy, especially when we feel just crummy and in the pit of despond. We're here to grow our spirits, that we can grow and fly like a fish. Feed it a lot and you'll never know what happens. We come to remember that time is passing. It is a reminder, like clockwork, every 7 days that we are mortal, and that whether we realize it or not, we are giving our lives away to something. And if we are faithful to this practice, we can't help but hear a question echo through these walls and busy committee meetings and agendas and lengthy Google Sheets and shared drives. You will hear the question if you listen. What are you giving your life away to? Play makes us human. It shapes our humanity, and it heals. And on good days, it makes some of us easier to live with. It lies at the core of creativity and innovation and fosters empathy and makes complex social groups possible. And if you've read our church bylaws and our committee structure, there is no doubt that we are indeed a complex social group. So, for all these amazing things, if I invited you to my house for dinner, I would not put pictures of food on your plate. I mean, unless I really didn't like you. So we're going to have a little experiment and play just a little bit, and we'll be wrapped up. I'll get you on your way. Who's in? All right, a little bit more. Who's in? Yeah, okay. So now, you all in the back-ish area, there are white trash bags under your seats. Locate them. They're behind you. There's one or two in each section. And inside, you are going to find beach balls. And just start tossing them up. There's about 50 of them. Toss them up like you've just graduated. Yeah, get them all out. There's lots of them. Just toss them up and down. Move them to the front. Move them to the back. There is absolutely no wrong way to do this. If they bounce off your head, you're doing it right. If they fall on the floor, you're doing it right. If you prefer to sit and watch, that is it. Yes. Keep throwing them. Good. All right, you can all bring it back now, and you can do this during a social hour. You did a great job. So what just happened? Okay, I pushed you a little outside of your comfort zone, even if you don't want to admit it. But I heard delight. I heard people laugh. I saw people who sit over here and on Sundays don't usually interact with the people over here. I saw them interacting like better than government can do across the aisle. I saw delight. So y'all, we're working together in new ways. The energy changed. It's good practice. It helps us be adaptive and creative, and we need those skills. Y'all need those skills. Great work and great change, whether invisible, personal, and internal, or plain to see, institutional and public, requires risk. And here, your job is to make this a place where you can risk, where you can play. Because we can't take risks if we feel we might appear foolish, or face unkindness, undergo scrutiny or criticism, not doing it right, or not being enough to lead a committee, whether that's explicit or implied. So we practice. We practice creating and experiencing a place where you can play and take risks. Not recklessness, but risks. And that's the practice. Treating one another with deep care is how we hold one another accountable to our commitments that we repeated today with our new members. And it's what our covenant is about. This will be critical for you all as you enter into this next chapter of your shared ministry with Reverend Barbara and beyond. When we're faced with new problems, old thinking will not provide a new solution. The skills that got you here to 2024 may not be the same skills that will get you to 2034. And play is one way to unlock some potential and creativity and lateral thinking. It's how one vehicle to get you from here to there. From we tried it and it didn't work, to now isn't then, we can do it. What if something bad happens? What if it doesn't? But this particular thing could go wrong. Well, this other particular thing could go right. We don't know how to do this. We need to invite more people and have another meeting. Other people have figured this out. Let's find them and ask them how they did it. We don't have enough. There are lots of resources in the world, and let's find out where they are. Other congregations are not doing this. We're not other congregations. It can't be done. Let's make a way. Play is a way to get there, even if, like Katja, we don't know the words yet. If you serve in leadership in this congregation, take one of those beach balls with you. For your convenience, it can deflate and fit in your laptop bag. Bring it to your meetings. Pull it out. See where you can go with that. Like that big fish, when we feed our spirits and our playfulness, we grow, we soar. And the same is true for congregations, and the same will be true for you. And here in this shared ship, we sail, along with our fish, in our blue boat home, the boat that we're all in together. Let's sing.
Standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful new boat. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, breathing the infinite sea before me. Sing the sky, my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my moon-born home.
Join with me now. We extinguish this chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, nor the energy of action. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again. And should you wish to join hands or give yourself a big hug, we're all in this boat together, sometimes with a paddle, sometimes not. And we do this together, and that's how you're going to move into the beautiful future that this fellowship has. Go forth into the world and be a blessing this week and in all the years to come. And may you, in turn, be well blessed. Go forth in love and peace. Amen.